Hey everyone, and welcome to Tory Bash Takeover. This is Dr. Hacks, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about applying for a staff position. So, a lot of people might want to know, like, I want to be a game master, I want to be a market squad member, and they don't have any clue about how to go about doing that, how to go about accomplishing that goal. So, I'm going to explain a little bit about the do's and don'ts of how to become a staff member. If the first thing you want to do is, if you want to get involved with Tory Bash, you have to be active on the forums. So you're going to want to go on to forum.torybash.com. You're going to log in, and you're going to scroll down. You're going to see a lot of players that are online. You might have noticed, excuse me, you might have noticed that there are plenty of different colored players here. And you said, wow, these people stand out. How do I stand out like Tarlin or Sid or Risk or Yo-Yo? Well, what you're going to want to do is hit this View Forum Leaders button. What this will do is it'll take you to a page that will display most of the user groups that belong in Tory Bash and who belongs in them. So, the Administrator group, the Clan Mod group, the Game Masters, the Item Forgers, Market Squad members, and Super Moderators. So that's great. You now see who's in what, but that doesn't really explain what's what. So I'm going to go down the list of different job opportunities and what exactly they're all about. And I'm just going to go in what I believe to be, alphabetical order. So first we're going to go through the administrative position. Administrators are basically the bosses of Tory Bash. They make large policy changes, and they typically are the leaders of other organizations. For instance, Fish typically leads all council stuff, clan council things, clan moderators. He's the one adding people to clan groups. He's the one adjusting a user group. Or Tonakai and Earth, people that lead the game masters. These are the big guys. These are the higher ups. These are the ones making policy decisions about what the future of Tory Bash is to be like. So in order to be an administrator, that's not going to be a first-time job for anyone. That's someone who's going to have to work a little bit in different groups and get promoted through doing a good job and being continuously active, so that you become very useful as a leader or a co-leader in one or more groups. Okay, so then we go to the clan moderators. These are the ones that are in black. Administrators are in red. Clan moderators are the higher-ups, if you will, of the clan council. The clan council is the group of people who remain anonymous that help decide on which which clans become official or not. Clan moderators help decide which clans or which people become clan council members. So these are more advanced clan council members. These are the people that can make changes to clans. For instance, if you want to remove a leader and you want to promote someone else and the leader is not budging and your clan's made a decision or something like that, clan moderators are there for your help on that issue. Again, clan moderator isn't something you can simply apply for. You'd have to be a clan council member first. However, if you are interested in becoming a clan council member, you could send a message to one of the clan moderators and send in an application explaining that you want to be a clan council member. Then we have the Game Master group. Game Masters is a first-time sort of job. However, when you apply, you're actually applying to become a trial Game Master. These are people that have to go through a trial in order to prove that they're actually suitable for the position. So what are Game Masters? These are like the in-game police officers. These are the ones that are hosting tournaments, hosting betting rooms, creating forum events, and handling different scam reports if it involves duels or whatnot. These are your on-scene, typically very in-game active players that are looking to try to enhance the overall experience of the in-game. If you want to become a Game Master, simply send a personal message to a Game Master, preferably a guy like Earth who leads the Game Masters, or Tonakai, and for that purpose or for that reason, you're going to explain why you want to be a Game Master and what you could provide for the group. Then you have the Item Forgers, which is denoted by this kind of purplish hue, and the Game Masters are of this I really don't know how to describe the color, but this is the color of the Game Master. This is the color of the purplish hue for item forgers. These are the people that are typically in charge of making or releasing of new items. If there's a new hairstyle and they've decided upon it and they've made a 3D modeling of it and they want to start selling it, that's where item forgers come into play. If someone wanted to make a pure ghost, that's what item forgers would do. If someone wanted to make a trophy to go for an event that was hosted by the Game Master teams, that's something the item forgers would do. If you have an interest in becoming an item forger, I would send a personal message to a guy like Tinner and explain how you would be useful as an item forger. If you're someone who wouldn't be able to make any 3D modeling and wouldn't be all that good at making hair or anything like that, you probably wouldn't be too useful as an item forger. Next, we have the market squad members. These are the people that basically handle the entire touring market. It's one of the most active and busy places out there, and because of that, it's got very strict rules in order for everything to not be mayhem and chaotic. So these are the guys that are banning and infracting people, fixing scam reports, stolen texture sets, etc. That this is all Market Squad territory. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I would send a message to a guy like Ishii or Edits or Risk or someone of that matter. Hanzo might even be a good person. And then finally, we have the super moderators, which I suppose technically is a position you can apply for directly. However, most super moderators are are called to action after doing a good job at least in one role in the past. However, that doesn't have to be the case. Super moderators are very special because much like they're the only group that has powers both on the forum and in game. I mean, obviously, administrators and ninjas do as well, but I'm talking specifically, this is the first user group that can ban people for saying something inappropriate on the forums, or if they wanted to, they could ban someone from an in-game for something they saw or did. These are the super police officers. That's not to say that they control what's going on by the GMs. It's not to necessarily say that, like, Tarlin or whatever, or Siku is the GM's boss. It's just to say that they have certainly more power and certainly more responsibility. And if you want to be one of these, you'd send a message to a super moderator. And I believe they would forward that to the administrators because admins are the ones who decide. Admins and super moderators typically work together to decide who becomes a super moderator. Now that I've explained the roles, there's some miscellaneous roles I haven't explained, and I'm going to go into those two right now. There is a local moderator. So we'll go to Entertainment and Media Board, where you can find something like the Tory Bash Takeover Q&A thread, or something along those lines. And you'll notice that there's a moderator here, Slycooper. Local moderators are someone that specifically likes to talk in one specific board, and they want to be a moderator only in that board. This is a job that you would probably apply for by sending an application to an administrator, like Fish, and it's something you should do or strongly consider if you find yourself only posting in one board more than the others. So I highly recommend that as a beginner job as well. If you feel like, oh, I posted in the gaming chat board a lot and I'm well known there, maybe try to become a local moderator of the gaming chats, etc. And finally, you might have heard of what a ninja is. And a ninja is technically a promotion off of the administrators. These are typically people who work for Navi Studios, the company that makes Tory Bash. Ninjas can get brought on for a variety of reasons. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a great moderator. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're really tech savvy. It just means that they're adding value in some way to Navi Studios, whether it's through promotionary purposes, game development, programming in that sense, site development, IRC development, etc. Another thing I would highly recommend you do is download IRC and go and figure out, and I'm going to make a video at some point about IRC in general, but That is a chat system that we use externally to the in-game in order to communicate with Tory Bash players. So I would be active on IRC as well, just to get your name out, just to show that you are a competent human being that's intelligent. So what is one of the biggest do-nots I have for applying for a GM position or a SMOD position? It is bugging people about it. You are going to find a curiosity to keep asking about how your application is going. I promise you, every time you do that, you're lowering your chances of becoming the position you applied for. I understand why you're so excited and you want to know how your application is doing. It's very interesting and unique that in Tory Bashfall games, you can actually become a staff member. And there's a lot of transparency about all of that. However, I promise you, as soon as you start idolizing or, constantly berating a GM with compliments like, hey, you're the best, man, and then you send him a whisper like, so you're going to vote for me to become a GM, right? Because I don't think I have a chance. That sort of stuff isn't going to fly. It's not going to work well out for you. And finally, try not to have an infraction history. Definitely try not to have a ban history. More than likely, it will rule you out. If not completely, it'll definitely take you down a peg or two in terms of your value when you're applying for a position. Just because if the whole point is to make sure everyone's following the rules, it's going to be really hard to find a reason to invite you to a team if you yourself have proven you can't follow the rules. So this is just a brief introduction about how to become a staff member. I hope you enjoy. Maybe hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, just hit subscribe, and let's make sure Tory Bash takes over.